Hello, Mario. In this instructional video, I will be completing the annotation of this plan here, or this section of the plan, and I will do the important bits and explain some of that as we go along. So, I'm going to maybe just drag out and in the olden days when I was drawing, we used to use this this beast here, the rolling parallel, which is a very handy bit of kit, and I'm tending to just to use that now today, possibly. So just be aware I might bust out the rolling parallel from time to time. So it was a main piece of drawing gear that we used. So first of all, I'm just going to label this point in here, which is, I'm going to call that TP. I don't know why I've called that TPL. I think I've got them around the wrong way on this plan here. So when we look at chainage, this is 0, 0 just in there. So maybe I'll just use this this here, so to get that on there. So there's we'll just go here, and I'll put that at 45 degrees. That'll be a 3 millimeter a 3 millimeter lettering. So for that we need to just 1.5 each side. Just check that's about 3 mils. Yeah, so I'm going to put that in there like so. The rolling parallel is very good for we're not always writing north-south. So I'm going to call that 0, 0. Point. Sometimes need to darken up those decimal points to make them show out better, make them a bit bigger. Point 0, 0, 0. And that's our starting point there. Now this one here, I've called that TP left, but I don't actually believe that, because what we in terms of increasing chainage, well, let's I'll do these ones here just so that we can know. So this one here is going to be the chainage at this point is going to be 18.450. So I just show everything to 3 places, so it's possible to know that it's complete. So that's 1.5 there, and I'll also just put some similar marks here as well, just up there. 1.5. Okay, so let's just put those in there. So I've put those at 45 degrees. Please don't go rushing out and buying a rolling parallel. Yeah, it's just an old bit of equipment that I've had So I was just being a little bit nostalgic there. But it's, yeah, was an important bit of kit back in the day. Drawing mostly, I started work as a survey draftsman, which largely digitalized now, so those skills don't necessarily apply. So we've got 18.45, I think. Yes, and then this one's 20.00. So these are what we call chainages along the center line of the road, or twin center line chainage, like so. There we go. And now that's there. Now we've got an RL at each of these here. So that's the chainage, and I've shown on here the RL, which is determined from the there, and I've written them in. So I've written, I'm going to write them in here like this. We'll just put them below there like so. So we've got one there and one there. And these are RLs, so I haven't written RL by them. I think it should be clear that they are in fact RLs. So we'll just put that in there. I'll put my mark off the 3mm and the 1.5 just halfway, just for the guidelines. Guidelines all the way. Always putting guidelines just to keep my lettering nice and consistent. Okay, so at 20, the RL is 26.433. 26.433, and I'm going to put the other one out here for this one is 26.480, so that'll be there. I think that'll be enough. 26.48. Right, and then I'm just going to we're going to make a little, I've made a little cross there on those plans there. I'm not sure, possibly 1mm by 1mm, so I'll just put that a little cross there like that, and maybe 1.5mm there. Oops, I've missed it. Sort of, we'll put a little cross there anyway. Now that's what we call, that's going to be the tangent point of this curve here and that there. So that's a very important point. And we'll just, that's going to go in there like so, and it'll be 3mm again. 3mm is sort of my minimum size. With a pencil, with maybe black ink, I'd probably go down to 2.5 possibly. I think 3's probably the easiest. Okay, so this here is a tangent point. Tangent point, and it'll always be at right angles to the radius. This is the radius here. So we'll write that in there, TP for tangent point. And the RL of that is actually determined by the crossfall from the typical cross section. So 26.480, and I think we're 3.45 at 3%, and then we'd subtract that, so that would be 26.377, which I'm going to write in there. $26.377. Now I'm just going to do one side of this, and then I'll do the other side at speed, just so we know. So yeah, so I'm going to go over here now to the tangent point here, and I've labeled this one here TPL, so I'm just going to put that. I think it should be TP right, and I'll explain why in a minute. Let's just get these guidelines in here for this one. I might not end up using my rolling parallel. I might just use this here. The 45 degrees I think is a good one, but I wanted to you know, bust it out and what have you, so that it was all there. So nice light guidelines. Oops. Yep, those ones there. Right, so what have we got? I'm going to call this TP right. Now, I'll explain. The chainage of a road is always, we look to the direction of increasing chainage, and then that determines, so I'm looking down this way, so this would be the left and this would be the right. And yeah, that's how it is. So I don't know. I've called that one center of curvature left, and I've called that one center of curvature right. So I definitely think I have these wrong on here. And so this one here is going to be TPL, TP right, sorry. So tangent point TPR. And this is the tangent point of this little curve here. Straight curve, tangent point, radius, right angles in here, TPR, and that's going to be 26.856. I think I've got enough room to write that in there. 26.856. Okay, and then we're going to just put a little cross here. I'm going to do these by hand. Now that's I've just called that peg that because that indicates that it's actually on the straight line there. So, and then I'm just going to go TP here. Like that. Like so. And then in there is 26.753. .75. Oops. Might need a little bit more room for that one. Okay, we'll just put those guidelines in there a little bit better. Okay. Get that in there. 26.753. Okay, and that's in there like that. Okay. Now, so again, what happens there is, right, and we'll just put this this here. We'll call this COC, center of curvature, right. It's just a matter of giving them names so that we can identify them for coordinate writing. COC, right. Right. Because that's the right-hand side of the road. Increasing chainage going this way, so that's the right-hand side. COC right there. I think I just might put in here that this is 90 degrees. It doesn't always have to be 90 degrees. It can be, well, can be less or more than 90 degrees. I mean, typically it is 90, but it may not be. But I'll just put that in there, I think, rather than show the whole big angle thing there. I'll just put in there 90, just to make it 90 degrees in there. And then I've got there a dimension, but I'm going to show that, I'm just going to show that dimension. I think I'll just show here that that's 15.00. I'm just going to show that. I'll just show it as 15.00, which is the distance between the 2 points there. Just, oh no, I know how I'll do that. I'm not gonna, I find those dimension lines there a little bit off-putting, so I'm just going to draw a little curve around here. I think I can possibly do this. I'm just going to put 15 meters radius on this on the outside circle there. So I'll leave a couple of mils and then I'll leave that there. I think I can just freehand in that, freehand in a curve around there, and I'm just going to put that just 15. No, I put 0.00. And just an R for radius. Okay, so that's the radius there. I'm just going to put that in there. I might have chosen a bad place for that. Right, so we've got this road coming up here, and we know that the crossfall is 3% here, and we know that it's 3.45 from the typical cross section. So that gives us a, you know, a level on that point, and similarly here. And then there are various ways of smoothing the curve in round here, but we can see that we've got 26.377 here and 26.753 here. So these are all, I'm pretty sure I've got this coming down here at 3% as well. So it's just going to, the water's just going to flow smoothly in around there. So what we know is that, so we're going to just, we can work out the grade, like we can work out the length of this, and then we can work out the grade exactly. But I'm just going to, so we're just going to put it round there nice and smooth so it's a good curve. So there's 45 there, and we're just going to have 1, 2, 3 points around there with known levels on it. And this is what I was saying about that 15R there. I might need to move that back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put this one in here. As we can see, that's going from 120 to 80, which is 40, so that's 20 mils is going to be the middle there, and we'll just draw that out there like that through there, and that'll give us the midpoint of that curve there, which will be there, point there, and similarly out this side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 20 mils there. That'll give us the yep, like so, and like so. Okay, so these are just little points that we've got along here, just evenly spaced. And yeah, well, we can write the so it probably would be better if I just pulled that, wrote that just in between those two there rather than there, so it didn't like interfere. So I just use the same guidelines, but I'll just pop it around about here. I can just see the guidelines there. I can probably use some of the zeros and an R there perhaps. Okay. No, that's, I'm still not happy with that. Oh golly. Okay, try not to rub out the actual. Okay, let's come back this way a bit more. Yeah, here we go. 15.0. That's better. Okay, and we'll just get the erasing shield out here. Always helpful, just so we don't rub out stuff. Right. Yep, that's good. And I may just maybe just get my compass. Maybe not. Just get my compass in here. Oh. I might have Just a little bit. Just darkening these up. I've got another one here which another compass here somewhere which is might be oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. That's why it's always handy. That's better. Yeah. Okay, that's got that. Right, so now what we'll do is, yeah, we'll put some marks out here, and so we'll go put a 3 millimeter lettering there, and just get these in. Three there, and up here, and again try and keep them going from left to right. 1.5. So then it's just a matter of yeah, they just go on the same angle from the center there. Yeah, and then sort of parallel. So that's that one. This one here, I'll just put the center one out there, and then that one there, and that one there. And sometimes there's little marks and things on your set square that you sort of use as a guide. So I've got a little bit of a guideline thing here that I'm using to get my width. Okay, so let's put those in there like that. Now, oops. Right, so what have we got? I'm just going to move make it more convenient. So that one's 26,667. And then this one's 26,579. Again, making sure your writing's going from left to right. And then this one's 26,477, and here, can we get it? There we go. Okay. I am doing it a little bit. So that's, should get my board back into the video frame there. So I think that's everything. Oh yeah, we've got a little distance here which I'll put in. Oh, and okay, let's get that one done there, just to get this little side finished. Okay. Right. Yep. So I'm going to go 2, 3 there. No, it's here, so I'll use it. Just line it up, and there she goes. Okay. All right. So that's 0.00 27,033. $27,033 in there, and then oh, we just got, I've put a distance here, 18.45. Now, that should line up with the, with the road width. So we've got a 15 meter circle, a 15 diameter, 15 diameter, 15 meter radius there, and then 3.45 for the road width. So as you can see, that'll be that distance there. I think I've written the 3.45 in here as well. So I'll just put this as 18.45. In there. Remember, everything's going from bottom to top when I write up and down. So yeah, that's everything. TPR in there, that's the center line there. So these are key points, and this enables the surveyor to work everything out in there. Yeah, that's all good. I could just write in here 3.45. I'll just get that. No, I'm going to leave that off, I think, and leave it off there. I think it's quite. Oh, well, no, I'll just put that in. I'll get that in there. So that's 15.000 there. I don't know whether we'll get 3 point. Possibly could get 3. 3.450 in there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just write 18.45 here. I'm going to put it in brackets. So in surveying, which is my when something is in brackets, like a distance is in brackets, it indicates that it's a total distance. So here we can put this this one here in as a, put it in brackets, which will indicate that it's a total distance. So that would be 18. So that would be the 15 plus the 3.45, 18.450, and then it's in brackets. So that's a total. And we would have the same out this side here as well. So we'll just put that in there as well to be sure. So I've put the 15 on the inside of the line, and the 3.45, and then the 18.00 on the other side of the line. Like so. So I'll just put that in there. Some would argue that it's probably too much information, but again, going from bottom to top, I can't fit the 3.45 in there, so I will just leave that out. But we'll just go, well, I'll just put that in there, leave it like that, I think. If I was, the total distance through here would actually be 36.9 because it's all on the same line. So I'll just leave that like that for now. I think that's enough. We can see how it all fits together, I think, there. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I've got that all labelled, and that's 18.45, and they're the chainages. We've got those in there. I don't think we can fit 3.45 in there. So yeah, I'll just leave it like that. That's all good. So yeah, so that's that there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to complete the annotation of it, and I'll do that in speed mode, and then I will come back and just finish off, and that will be the end of that diagram. So let me do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so I think that is everything annotated on there. If I find something that I've missed through various checking processes and what have you, that'll be fine. Okay, so key takeaways are that the tangent point is always at right angles to the radius. In this case here, we've got a right angular thing. We're getting the water to flow, so in this case here it's flowing 27,114, coming around to 26,377. So quite a lot more steep here. The curb around there will be considerably steeper than this one, because this here, as you see, 26,856 to 27, it's rising up there as well. So it's going to, and they're both coming to the same RL here. So this one's going to be slightly steeper. So when we build the subdivision, like this will be an existing piece of road here. So the existing curb and channel that's going through here will have to be demolished, and then this will all have to be shaped. So the typical cross section determines these 2 points here and these points here, and then we make everything fit in between those points, and then we shape our surface of our road, accordingly, to create a sort of a new intersection there. The way that I've calculated these through here is probably a little bit on the inaccurate side. There are other more accurate ways of doing it that use the gradients of these either side of it. I haven't done that. Typically the curb layer will sort of smooth it in there and make it fit. So they just tend to use the design as a guideline. But yeah. And then from here on, the typical cross section comes into play here and here. We just use that, but in this area there, and that's the reason why we have to do a specific design for that. So keeping everything there, you can see that I would have had to squeeze that name in there, so I've changed it around a little bit. Pencil, I go slightly bigger. I think I've named all of the points. So some of them are a little squashed in a little bit, but there you go. That's pretty much the setup there for the intersection, with the showing where all of the everything's come from. Like we've got the bits and pieces. Just going back to the previous one of how the pedestrian crossing points get sorted out, and the various cut downs. So all this information, I would recommend that this be stored somehow in your in what I would call a design file. So as for each set of plans I'm drawing, I would have a file, and I would keep this information sometimes with my little notes drawn on it. Like for instance, this one here, I've changed those around, so just to highlight that they should be, they probably need to be amended on that plan at some point, and that sort of thing. So yeah, that completes that diagram, and then we'll move on to the cul-de-sac head next, which, as you can see, is at a bit of a different angle there, so we'll have to try and fit that in. So cheers, see you.